Got all the Christmas lights up in town. All right. Joy to the world. Good morning, everybody. Here, let me kick the light on so you guys can see me a little better now. Yeah, how about that? Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It is Sunday morning, December something. Like the 15th, maybe 16th, somewhere in there. We are on today. So we got to make sure that the cows get fed, bred, treated, stay alive, make sure water's flowing, make sure nothing's frozen, make sure, you know, the essentials get done. So hit that like and subscribe button, guys. We will try to share our day. We'll see what all we can't get into here. For starters, I just checked the feed situation in all of our groups, groups 1 through 5. They're all pretty low. So we're gonna get right into feeding cows here. So tag along if you want to. Not telling you what to do, but if you would like to, keep watching. We'll see. Just started the feed truck. While this is warming up, I'm gonna walk over into our pits and start our payloader. Let that warm up while we feed this first load off. All right, we got the first load of feed fed out here. Just did a split load on groups 2, group 3, group 4, and group 5. Hey, I got a repair to do right there. Didn't notice that. So in this barn, as I just said, we've got 4 pens, 2 through 5. Group 1 is up in our new barn. That is our fresh group. So down in this barn, every pen has between 180 and 200 cows in it. Most of them are in that, 180 range. Let's see if I can at least get it put up here. Huh. I was gonna say, I knew it used to have a tack right there that welded. Must be that popped open. Got a cow right here in heat, 5'4", 5'6". Have to remember that. It's probably how this got broken, isn't it? Yeah. Tool bags. Have to come down and tack weld that. So, like I said, usually in the 180 cows per pen range. 200 is pushing it big time. But before we built the new barn, every one of these pens was pushing 200 cows. So this is what we call the old barn. So this half was built prior. This is the old half of the old barn. I'm not actually sure what year. I want to say it was in like the 06, 07 range that this half of the barn was built. And then this half, you can see the trusses change right there at the crosswalk. That was built closer, I believe, 2010, 2012, somewhere in there. Because that's when the new parlor was built, was I believe, 2010, 2012, right in there. So this half of the barn was built then because we were able to take on the additional cows. Prior to that, I don't know if you could see, there's a barn outside there. We had an old 6 herringbone parlor in the back of that barn that all of these cows would walk out the end of the barn, down a little laneway, and into the parlor down there. So that's this barn. Just wanted to share that with you guys quickly. We will go load up another load of feed for the fresh group. All right, well, the feed truck is loaded with another load. We're gonna let that mix for a few minutes. I'm gonna hang out right in here. When it's real cold like this payloader is the best place to be. Small cab, great heater, it warms right up pretty quick. So yeah, like I said, once this truck is full, we will let this thing mix for probably 4 to 5 minutes just to make sure it gets a good consistent mix in it. So while this was mixing, I just wanted to answer a couple questions. Well, mainly just one question about the cows that I've gotten a couple times now, so quickly wanted to address it. So our herd is 99% Holstein, even a little more, probably more than 99. We're currently milking 870 Holsteins, and there's probably 4 milking Jersey crosses in the herd. A couple of them are mine, a couple of them are one of the neighbors. And then I do have 2 Jersey yearling heifers who are currently in service in the heifer barn, but they will be getting sold probably either when they're springing or when they're fresh. I'm hoping to get rid of them when they're springing. So that should be it for the Jerseys. We are registered. We're on Holstein Complete. I would say probably 95% of our herd is fully registered. There were a handful that were definitely they were grades when we purchased them, or they were somebody else's cows at one point and they were grades. Since then the farm has bought them. So there are still a few grades kicking around, but I would say probably 90-95% of the herd is registered. So we are on Holstein Complete, which means every animal that hits the ground gets registered. We get ear tags through Holstein USA. We do classify our herd once a year, and we do DHI test every month. So just wanted to clarify that for a few of you guys. So like I said, I've asked a couple times and I just keep forgetting to respond. So there's that. The load's probably about mixed enough, but I'm gonna hang out in here just another minute because like I said, it is nice and toasty in here. That was a little bit close. Got to get back into the routine of winter time. This door is open all summer, all fall, so you can usually back right out, but we still had 10 feet, plenty of room. What I got to do is one of these, well, maybe today I'll do it actually, not one of these days. We're going to do it today. We're going to back the feed truck up as far as we can. And what I'll do is I'll go get a cone, like a road cone, and I'll put it on one of these pipes. Probably, well, it'll probably be this one. So that way when your truck sees the cone, you know you can't back up anymore if the door is shut. Anyways, dumping the load off to the fresh group. I was just feeding off another load when I saw a cow that looked pretty nice. We'll take a walk down here and take a look at her. This is 5185. She's a big charisma cow. Unfortunately, she did go slack in her front right quarter there, but what an absolute monster of a framey cow. She's got a perennial daughter, a 2-year-old, that's up in our fresh group. Unfortunately, she had a DA. It's coming on now, but I don't think she's going to light the world on fire production-wise in her first lactation, but pretty excited about that young heifer out of this big cow because, I mean, let's step back. Take a look at her compared to these other cows. She is an absolute unit. Really, really looking good. So I just wanted to show her to you. When they catch my eye in the feed truck, I'll hop out and look at them, even if it's not on film. I do enjoy looking at good cows. These girls here are ready to get back across, so I'm gonna quit blabbing and let them over. All right, well, we're up here in the new barn now. Got to get this dry cow pen cleaned out, and then we'll go through fresh cows and we'll clean that pen out when they head to the parlor here shortly. Got to check and make sure nobody calves. Get them sorted out if they did. All right, girlies, there we go. There we go. All right, well, the guys actually already got the fresh cows out for me this morning. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Go figure, the one day where I'm like real early, everything's on time. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go up there. We'll get that done early. It's already done, but oh yeah, rock on. So we're just gonna kind of quietly get Get this barn cleaned up. All right. Rock on, guys. Headed down to get a bale of straw for our calving pack here. Look at that sky. It is beautiful. Guys, well, it is pushing 9 o'clock now. Got the barn all clean, pens bedded, fresh cows taken care of. I've got 4 of the 5 loads of milk cow feed fed. All the heifers and dry cows are fed now. I'm on my way home from one of our heifer locations down the road. So we're going to go home and feed ourselves a little bit of breakfast now. We'll come on back, and I've got 1 cow to breed. And maybe we'll go try to track down that calf out of that Unix. Potentially, maybe we'll take a peek at the parlor. I don't know. See what the day brings here. All right, guys. Well, we're just getting ready to fire up here for the middle of the day milking. So I figured I'd show you guys our parlor. I did make a video on this already, but it was one of my first videos actually. I filled in on a night milking. So I figured I'd show you guys a lot of new followers, and even those of you who did see that video, maybe I can do a little better job this time. The last video, like I said, it was more or less a hodgepodge of the chaos of milking. So I'm not milking right now. So we will kind of walk through here and show you guys what we got. So we've got a double 20 De La Valle parlor. It's a parallel parlor. So parallel means that the cows are standing straight back and forth. So when you're milking them, the udders are straight in front of you. Versus a herringbone parlor where the cows come in and they're kind of at an angle. So you're putting the machine on from the side. With a parallel parlor, you're putting the machine on from the back. The other parlor that's been more and more common nowadays is the rotary parlor. That's the carousel where the cows get on and get milked as they spin. That seems to be the way that people are going now. When we built this was, and still is, a very, very good way to milk cows. So they come in, these indexes, the cows will turn, and the index will turn with it, and that kind of keeps them straight. See if we can get these. They're not used to someone standing in front of them talking, but see how when she turns, that turns with her. Come on, girlies. This heifer here is in heat. I actually got to breed her. I'm gonna try to get her caught when she comes out of here. So once this last heifer's in, this gate right here will shut, and you'll have 20 cows locked in that'll get milked. So again, as I said earlier in the video, this parlor was built in 2012. So this is 12 years old. For its age, I think it's holding up pretty well. There's a couple little wear parts that, we replaced, but for the most part, for a 12-year-old parlor, I think it looks in pretty good shape. So this is our pre-dip. It's a peroxide-based foam. We use the foamer guns because we think it covers the teat more. I don't know what the word is. It does a better job covering the teat. And also when you're foaming instead of spraying, you're using a lot less of the teat dip. So it's just a more efficient use of the dip because they do not give that stuff away. So we'll let this sit on. He'll go down through and he'll do all 20 cows. They'll come back down through and they will wipe it off using these microfiber towels. So you wipe the udder good and clean. You get a few squirts of milk out of each teat. That helps stimulate the letdown. It also reduces somatic cell drastically because most of your somatic cell count comes in the first, I don't know how many squirts. First few squirts have a lot of that bacteria in it, just because obviously the teat end is right there and that's where the bacteria can get in. On this farm currently we are running between 60 and 70,000 somatic cell count. So we are doing excellent in that category. A lot of it's attributed to sand bedding, as much as I hate to say that because I can't stand sand bedding. It is excellent for the cows, and like I said, we are running excellent somatic cell count because of it. So he'll let that set on there, and while he does that, we'll start loading this other side. So these are the claws that we use, just kind of the standard De La Val. We use De La Val tri-clover liners, so they're shaped like a triangle on the inside. I don't know, you guys probably can't see in there, but it's not a round inflation. It is actually shaped like a triangle. That's supposed to be better for teat health. The round liners, when they close down, they're just pinching, where these more, with the triangle, it's more like if you were being hand milked. So it's better for the teat ends. And they have worked good for us. We're kind of the kind of farm that, hey, if it's not broken, you don't fix it. So these are the liners that we've used for a long, long time. These are the dips that we've used for a long, long time. And like I said, when you're down in the 60s somatic cell count, you can't ask for any better than that. So now this side will get milked. While these machines are on, they'll get this side all prepped and put the machines on this side. By the time this side's all set, the machines will be starting to come off on this side. We've got automatic takeoffs. So once the amount of milk that's going through these lines gets down to a certain point, it'll automatically pull the machines off via this chain here. It'll kill the vacuum and then pull it up here. So it'll just be hanging there like that. So that's pretty much this. Our post dip, we do just have a sprayer wand here. We use a 1% iodine teat dip with emollients and stuff in there, skin conditioner, stuff like that. Like I said, it's like a barrier dip. It seems to have been working great. So we're not going to change it until we have problems, which hopefully we don't have. So 40 cows in the parlor at a time. I'd say on average there's usually probably 25 to 30 machines on the cows, because they'll start to come off, you know. And we milk at 2 a.m. 11, and then again at 6 at night. So we do milk 3 times a day. Currently the herd's sitting at about 94 pounds with 7.3 and a half pounds of components. Butter fat's up in the 4-6 range. Protein, I would have to look to accurately tell you, but I know the butter fat's at about a 4-6. So fat corrected milk, shipping right in the 110 pounds a day range. Happy cows. Very, very happy cows. So in here is our tank room. So the parlor is right out there. That's the front door in there. Here's our receiver jar, milk filter strainers. So the milk comes in from here, gets strained, it comes in from here and goes into these bulk tanks over here. We do get picked up every day at this farm. Currently, DFA is picking up our milk. They're coming twice a day because our milk won't quite fit on one load, which is unfortunate because you end up having to pay for 2 stopping fees, but we're kind of working on maybe figuring that out. So these are 2 tanks. That's actually our old tank from when we used to milk down in the old 6 herringbone. And we upgraded to this one, but that's about all I really know to show you in here. We can go out here. This is our utility room. Don't mind the mess. Washer and dryer. So between every cow, our towels get washed and dried. So these machines are running pretty much around the clock. Hence there being other machines here. Sand certainly takes its toll on these machines. Like I said, other than somatic cell, cow comfort, stuff like that, there's not a lot good about sand. It wears on everything. But that is why we've got so many parts machines here. Got your vacuum pumps, air compressors, hot water heaters, and then water softener systems, all of that. So right out here underground, we've got 2 big tanks that all of our wells feed. The one on this side comes in to the parlor, and that's what cools the milk. We use that water. It goes through our cooler system, and then that milk, or that water gets dumped into the far tank. That tank is used to feed the farm. So that's what, all the waterers, hoses, everything like that come out of that second tank. So all the water goes into the first tank, goes through our system to cool the milk, and then gets dumped into the second tank and gets used on the dairy. So that's our utility room here. Over there is our teat dips. We get that through Paddock Dairy Supply. They do all of our teat dip stuff. So yeah, it goes into that system there, out to the parlor. We'll show you our basement down here. Why aren't the lights kicking on here? Huh, just a second. There we go, switch just got stuck. So this is the basement, so we are below the parlor right now. So down here is where all of our pulsators are for each machine. I wasn't involved when they built the parlor, but they really liked it because it keeps everything clean being down here. You're not up in the environment and the manure and the water and all of that. Also, it keeps it much quieter because the sound of this pulsation that you hear it's all down here. Versus if this was up there, it's that much more noise for the cows. Just makes it a more stressful environment. The quieter, the better when it comes to cows. So having this stuff down here is kind of a win-win. Quieter, cleaner, etc. So I mentioned earlier in the video that DHI comes and tests once a month. When they come to test, they bring down their measuring devices and hook them in here. They've got one of these for each cow. They'll go upstairs, they'll write down every cow in the row. They'll come down here, record the weights. They'll take a milk sample. From that, they'll go back, they'll test the cowsomatic cell and components, and that information gets shipped back to us. This parlor is capable of a lot more technology than we utilize. We don't utilize any activity collars, rumination boluses, anything like that. But maybe someday down the road, we could look into that, because then this parlor would be able to record all of that information directly into our dairy cow. So that's the basement. And I believe that pretty much wraps up the parlor. I don't know what else. Let me know if there's something that I missed that you guys want to know. I don't know why this hat really looks funny. If there's something else you guys want to know, let me know. Like I said, milk 3 times a day. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of our parlor, I think. I guess while I'm right here, I could show you guys our holding area. Holding area is maxed out at about 200 cows. As I said earlier, our pens are usually in the 170, 180 range, but we have gotten up to 200. That's fully maxed. Yeah, that's a lot. But got the gate in the back that's controlled. The button's down here, so that just kind of works this way. When you need more cows, it keeps them pushed up. And honestly, the cows are pretty good about it. When they hear the sound of that thing moving, they get right up into the parlor. It's also got, I don't know if it's a sensor or what, but if a cow were to get stuck or something like that, it does stop. It's just an air-powered machine. So it's not like we're gonna, cram cows in until they get hurt or something like that. That is not the case. So in the summertime this year, we just put sprinklers in. So there's a sprinkler there. There's another one, it's behind the fan there. Yeah, you can see it. We just run garden hoses up the rafter, and the guys will kick them on in the parlor. That just kind of sprinkles water over the cow's back to help keep them cool, because we do not have sprinklers out in the barn because we don't have enough water currently. If we had better wells, that's something that we could look into in the future, is doing sprinklers out in the barns to help keep the cows cool, help keep that heat stress at a minimum. But for now, we just cool them off when they come in the parlor. Also, just because it's not a stressful time, but a tighter area. When they come to the parlor and all of that, it's a good time to cool them off. So as you see, that first group of cows that they milked is let out. Here I am taking a YouTube video when I wanted to get that heifer caught so I could breed her. And of course she bailed on me here. Actually, it looks like she's being nosy. Excellent. Sometimes being a nosy pain in the butt helps. Pretty sure. Yeah, there she is. Instead of going back to her pen, she decides to come up here and be social. So I'm gonna shut these gates. I'm gonna try to get her in the stall in our hoof trimming room there. We can breed her right there. All right, I got her sorted out in here. This is our hoof trimming room. It's right off of our holding area. When our hoof trimmer comes, we'll set up the trim and chute there so we can hold cows here, and they kind of have a nice rail around. And I like to use it to breed cows if I happen to catch them coming out of the parlor. It's a lot easier than wrangling them out in the barn. So I'm gonna go get semen for her. We'll get her bred, and then I think we'll probably call it a video, guys. Said all I got left today, I got to feed a couple more loads of feed and scrape the barn again this afternoon, and we should be all set. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, we'll breed this cow quick and end it there. All right, guys, that was pretty good timing. Actually, my camera died, so it's 4 o'clock now. We're all finished up. Got all the cows bred. There ended up being a couple more heats that I saw, so I ended up having to breed a couple more. Got the barn all cleaned and made sure everything was good to go. So we're out of here for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Share it out with your friends. Bring me up. Talk to your neighbors or whoever you're talking to about farming. Make sure you tell them about the Footlong Farmer YouTube channel. All right, guys? Hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.